Nation. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, LeBron James set a career high in assists. And he said the assist has always been his favorite. LeBron said, it gives my teammates an opportunity. That's what's always mattered to me. And that team-first mentality is just a big part of who LeBron is. Kevin?
Always looking to bring his guys with him. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. And it's Howard in at the center position. And for Phoenix, Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the 3 slot. A lot of teams with a lot of new players, Greg, this time of year can be a real challenge to mesh.
No doubt, you know, getting everybody on the same page sometimes it can take time, and then you have to build that trust. Weathering the storms together will obviously help you do that.
Saric with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Saric passes to Booker. It's good from long range.
And really, Booker is as lethal as they come from deep. Can't allow him to get into a groove.
Outside, Green. Back to Rondo. Outside, Davis. Rubio against Rondo. On the wing, James. Shoots over Oubre. And James gets it to go on the assist by Rondo.
Nice touch on the jumper. Even at this stage in his career, LeBron's floor spacing ability continues to evolve.
Now here's Saric with 3. Booker connects from 3-point range. Booker's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Suns.
And basketball in the blood for Devin Booker. I mean, his father, Melvin, started at the University of Missouri and played pro ball. Started in high school. Devin trained with his father, trying to follow his path.
And James gets it to go.
Trading threes. You think you've got something going, then LeBron matches you at the other end.
Pass to Booker. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Back to Rubio. Clock at 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And we know the story. Booker moving from Michigan to Mississippi to live with his father and develop his skills.
And 4:30 a.m. alarms to train on the beach before the summer sun. Getting to practice 2 hours early and staying late. Booker harder and drill the fundamentals.
The first one falls.
Though he's not known to be a great shooter, Rubio gives you a lot of things. Versatility, size out of the backcourt, and he's a coach out there on the floor.
And so Ricky Rubio nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
James kicks to Rondo. Pass to Davis. Fires from 14. Saric grabs the board.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And here's Rubio. 14 points from him the last game against Brooklyn. Booker finds Saric. Good. And a nice assist from Booker.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball, and Devin understands that. That has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
Now here's LeBron. This game we saw him score 13. And the dunk by James.
As soon as you give him any room whatsoever, he is always looking to attack and make you pay.
So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns. It's a 3-point game. Booker with no one around. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And the second free throw, good. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Suns leading by 5. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
Boyd the pass to Booker.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
To the paint. Here's Morris. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Suns have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Johnson surveying the floor. And there's the pass to Booker. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Booker's got 12 in the game.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's the great one. His last outing, he had 8 points. Down low. Here's Morris. It's not going to go for him. And Phoenix will come the other way. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
2 division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season. And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And Phoenix making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. 29 seconds left to play in the first. Booker outside. On the wing, Booker. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by McGee. Here's Panini, and he banks in the layup.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Booker. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. He's got 14, and so it's 6 points in the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma.
You know, for me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
He was on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. About you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they'll pick.
I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
And the Lakers call time here. They kind of like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
I mean, the ridiculous production from beyond the arc. They have to find a way to cool him down.
Come on. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
And the Suns here with a different look. Ayton, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Saric comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Booker. Now here's Green. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. What a quarter. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of it. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a... One's checked in for the Lakers. Number 5. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. And it's Oubre in at the 3. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
And you can see the game plan tonight. They keep calling Rubio's number, and he keeps answering.
Rubio against Davis. And the shot goes in. Davis has got 8.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And here's Booker from the arc. The Lakers with the rebound. Here's the great one. Kicks it out to James. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Davis, the pass to the great one. Lakers passing it around. And Howard with the stuff.
And these dunk attempts are just too easy for Howard. All he has to do is rise up, and he's golden.
And stolen by Howard. Passes to the great one. Trying to find Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
And Rubio kicks to Booker. And it's off from three-point range.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
They kick it out to Green. LeBron against Oubre. LeBron is doubled. Shot clock at 5. Here's the great one. And the rejection by Ayton.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
Rubio with a wide open look. And again, it's the Suns missing. Here's the great one. Defended by Booker. The great one passes to Howard. Here's the great one. Back to Howard. LeBron James on the wing. Covered by Rubio. Kicks it out to James. Pass to Howard. Goes back up. He gets it in there. Howard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Lakers. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Here is Rubio. Pass to Ayton to tie it up. Missed.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter space and then go and corral that backcourt.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
I've been moving through the city like a phantom in the opera of a dark caramel. Cleopatra, holy matrimony since in the cabana. Same time I'ma move up to Atlanta. I was in Miami trying to dodge the cameras.
At 2K, we are all about doing our part, helping achieve social justice worldwide.
So today we are launching a new series in partnership with the Spring Hill Company.
Hey, Kevin.
He sure is. Thanks, David.
Ball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Lamb against Fournier. Passes it to Holiday. No good off the front iron.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
Poked away. Now McDermott is coming off a 16-point game against Detroit. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And you can tell that's not his game.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go, and I can't say I blame him.
And the Magic making a change here. Aminu's checked in. And that one falls for Fournier. And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
And so Fournier nails both of them.
You get a little glimpse into the mindset of Evan Fournier. This guy will do whatever it takes to win.
And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. 3-point lead. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Here's Bitadze. Makes it off the glass.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Here's the Magician. The feed to Gordon. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, I'll tell you this. He is a relentless...
Season a year ago for Aaron Gordon, Doris, fell short of the output he had the last few years and had a tough time hitting from the outside.
You know, Greg, you're an former NBA player, so you know the history here. Trying to find a rhythm while fighting through injuries is very difficult to do. This guy's got unbelievable athleticism. He's sharpening his skills. I think it's just a matter of time for Aaron Gordon.
Isaac and Vucevic down low. Markelle Fultz out there with the Magician, and it's Fournier in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. The shot's good from the Magician.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Brogdon kicks to Sabonis. Outside Warren. Five to shoot. Pass to Oladipo. Turner trying to free himself up, and it's Oladipo that time on the assist by Warren.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Here's the Magician. Tries again, and Vucevic finishes inside. Vucevic has got his second basket.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Brogdon looking it over. Over in the corner, Turner. Offline with his 3. The Magic trail by 9. Isaac dances to the Magician. Back to Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
Oh, boy, the reach, the length, the hops, the athleticism, Jonathan Isaac. Nicely done.
Indiana's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Shots good by Turner.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Here's the Magician. He is guarded by Brogdon. Here's the Magician. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing. And good job they're doing at the line this quarter. They'll need to continue converting those free throws.
Some changes for Indiana. Doug McDermott comes in for Warren. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Oladipo. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
Well, you look at the development of Domantas Sabonis. Few thought he could be a franchise caliber player. We might need to reconsider that given his play last year. Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
To me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. McDermott kicks to Sabonis. Isaac against Lamb. It's Brogdon on the wing. Rebounded by Vucevic.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Fultz. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Indiana out in front, up 8. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Victor Oladipo in this. For the Magic, Terrence Ross is checked in for Jonathan Isaac. Michael Carter-Williams comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's the Magician in for Markelle Fultz. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. McDermott's checked in for Sabonis. Justin Holiday comes in for T.J. Warren. Lamb, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Brogdon. The Magic trail by 17 on the court for Indiana. We've got Miles Turner. Doug McDermott is out there with Jeremy Lamb. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. The Magician, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Indiana. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Both free throws good from the Magician. 1:15 left in the 3rd quarter. Indiana leading by 15. Outside Holiday. That one falls. Holiday's got 6.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
The shot that time not on target. Excellent D from the Magician. Pass to Carter-Williams to the middle. Shoots. Vucevic with the bucket. He's got 11.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Holiday, here we go. 2 points. That one goes. Holiday's got 8 points in the quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And it's sent back by Turner.
Miles Turner with that length sends it back twice on the pipes. Miles.
Outside Holiday. And the 3 off target. And so it's Indiana out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And his the Magician, he's checked in for Markelle Fultz. McDermott's checked in for Indiana. Warren comes in for Jeremy Lamb. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. The Magician out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And he makes that one. And the Pacers lead by 8.
There's so much confidence right now with Malcolm Brogdon. The catch and shoot, so pretty.
Here's the Magician. Good D by Brogdon. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Sabonis, the pass to Brogdon. On its way from Oladipo for 2. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got his 5th assist in this one. Orlando's gone over and over to the 3-point shot in the 4th quarter. 4 of 9. To the inside. McDermott with the steal.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Pacers.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Victor Oladipo.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers. The kick out to Oladipo. Brogdon inside the line. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And Isaac throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. The shot by Brogdon wide open. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that brings them within 8. 11 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Outside Holiday. So it's Indiana picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
All of my comments are screaming my name while I'm in the club, throwing them hundreds and fifties and ones. I smoke, they know I'm wildin'. If I'm on the island, I'm snatching the cell. 40 the night is until free. I'm racing to my call me FaceTime. For all the times we had to FaceTime. 3D nights. If you need to take mine, please don't come up to mine. You know I'm like that. I'll make a movie like TNT. As you really want it, I bet I like B&B. Now I keep Blue Island in my section, and I keep that. Remember when I came over? All up in my direction. She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I woo. And she let it. And she. Yeah, she. Mike and Mary. Billie Jean. Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I Mike and Mary. Billie Jean. Sit up, never like it. Wait. Hey. Woo.
company to address injustice and explore how we can achieve the goal of equity and equality.
It's called Uninterrupted, and here's Maria Taylor with the first episode titled More Than a Vote.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Salt Lake City, Utah, fully illuminated tonight as we get a look at our broadcast setting from the skies high above. Greetings and best wishes. PA, it's
Kevin, thanks very much. We have all heard.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant and Grant make up the forwards. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Allen in at the center, filling out the middle. Moutier kicks to Junior. Lays it up off the glass.
Hey, when Junior gets inside like that, he knows that's money.
Nets leading by 15. Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Back to Dinwiddie. And the basket is good. Dinwiddie's got his third basket of the night.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Junior the pass to Bradley. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And you can see the floor awareness there. Junior more than capable of spotting the open teammate.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now the pass to Crawford. 15 seconds left to play here in the first. Just 5 on the clock. From the arc. They get it back. And a wide open look for Jordan. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Right back at. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face night in. And
I think we get a lot of teams best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Crawford, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Jazz making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Irving's checked in. Here is Durant. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against the Suns in Phoenix. And that one's good, Irving.
Boy, good luck trying to keep Irving down. I mean, he's more than happy to take the contact and finish right through it.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Pass to Clarkson. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Utah gets it back. Niang. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know.
And so we conclude the first half. Nets lead by 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been every. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Bradley's checked in for Gobert. Junior comes in for Bogdanovich. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Taurean Prince. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
What I love about Junior, he's got grit and tenacity. He's always looking for ways to improve.
That one misses. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. O'Neal is out there with Junior. Then there's Bradley. Then there's Emmanuel Moutier. And it's Mitchell in at the 2. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Jordan. Here's Allen. That shot misses. Bradley with some nice D. O'Neal with it. And Crawford picks him up defensively. O'Neal with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Fires from the wing. Here's Bradley. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board, because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Crawford against Mitchell. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Dishes it to Jordan. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Jazz trail by 6. Inside, here's Mitchell. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
1:46 left in the third. Allen dishes to Dinwiddie. Pulls up on the elbow. Rebounded by the Jazz. Bradley's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Junior, and it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Since the Nets acquired Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the franchise has gone from being an up-and-comer to a potential powerhouse in the East. That's necessitated changes on the bench and on the court. The Nets have added some new veterans. The time is now for Brooklyn to stand up and make its move in the East. Kevin, back to you.
Well, we'll see how they do. David, thank you.
Boy, I like how quickly he threw the bounce pass there. Hard to defend against that.
Jazz trail by 9. 44 seconds left in the third quarter.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Utah shooting their third and fourth free throw. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity and what they came out to do.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
Sit up, never like it. Wait. Hey. Sit up, never like it. Wait. She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I woo. And she let it. And she. Michael Mary. Billie Jean. Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I Michael Mary. Billie Jean. Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I Sit up, never like it.
The Jazz couldn't have looked more confident as when they arrived at the arena earlier on. Obviously amped up for tonight's game. Traffic making its way across the Bay Bridge between San Francisco and Oakland, California. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. And tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors. They'll go up against the Utah Jazz. Along DH.
Kevin, thank you very much.
Thanks, David. That's David Aldridge, our NBA Hall of Famer. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Mitchell is the 2 with Ingles at the 3. Gobert is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning, and that's where you have to keep your focus.
Portis, he's checked in for Mitchell.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
1:36 left in the first. And there's the bucket from Magician.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Outside Bradley. Here's Moutier. And that one is off. The Warriors go the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
I mean, and there's really no excuse for it. They know they need to play more in control.
Moutier got a piece of it. Moutier against Pascal. Passes it to Magician. 41 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Emmanuel Moutier picks one up. The Warriors shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. And the Warriors making a change here. Poole's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Now here's Portis. 17 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
Warriors leading by 3. Magician passes to Pascal. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Utah's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Moutier. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. That one's off. Still out of sync. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for the Golden State Warriors. He finishes with... And always interesting to hear from Donovan Mitchell, who recently spoke about the team's progress.
Everybody had their reputations of what we...
And you know, Greg, Mitchell's going to be right in the middle of it, leading the way.
And on top of everything else he does, he's elite at getting his own shot. We've seen him carry this team offensively at times. Boy, he is special. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them? Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say we want to start fast? Now let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Eric Pascal out there with Looney. Then it's Magician. Then it's Green. And it's Poole in at the shooting guard. Bradley finds Moutier. Left side, Bradley. 6 to shoot. Pass to Portis. It's rebounded by Poole. Warriors leading by 7. The pass to Magician. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Portis. Here's Moutier. Up top, Portis. Launches a 3. They get it again. Here's Bradley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Timeout called the Warriors. And the Warriors with a completely new 5. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the...
Here with Andrew Wiggins. Andrew, for you personally, a great...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action. Foul. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to... Warriors with some changes. Looney's checked in for Chris. Eric Pascal comes in for Draymond Green. And Magician subbed in for Steph Curry. Tony Bradley's checked in for the Jazz. Moutier comes in for Michael Conley. The Jazz. Mitchell and Bogdanovich. They're the wings. Bradley is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Moutier in at the 1 spot. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Rudy Gobert. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. For the Utah Jazz last season, there was a lot of fallout from the COVID crisis. But Rudy Gobert was able to patch up things with his teammates and specifically guard Donovan Mitchell after Gobert realized his mistake. For a team with so much maturity and potential to win, it was good to see them finally be able to turn the page. Guys?
Good to see things back on track. Thanks, David. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And Utah with a change here, too. George Niang, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Thompson sends it back.
Oh, he hasn't been much of a shot blocker in his career, but Clay denies that.
Here's Pascal. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Pascal's got 8 points.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Jazz trail by 6. There's 1:17 left here in the third quarter. Here's Moutier, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.
Sit up, never like it. Wait. Hey. Woo! Oh, you feeling sturdy, She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. Sit up, never like it. Wait. Hey. Woo! Oh, you feeling sturdy, She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I woo. And she let it. And she. Yeah, she. Michael Mary. Billie Jean. Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I heard. Michael Mary. Billie Jean. Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I heard. When I walk in the spot, buy at the club, know that I'm paid. With these all in my page, all of my comments are screaming my name while I'm in the club, throwing them hundreds and fifties and ones. I smoke, they know I'm wildin'. If I'm on the island, I'm snatching the cell. Then I just until I'm racing to my call me FaceTime for all the times we had to FaceTime. 50 nights if you need to take mine, so pay to mine. You know I'm like that. I'll make a movie like TNT. If you really want it, I bet I like being.
I've never been afraid of doing anything, but I always wanted to be able to do something that had meaning and purpose to it.
The doubt comes from within, me wondering.
A breathtaking view of the New York City skyline is taken from the Empire State Building. We're coming to you live from Manhattan. It's that time. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. The Knicks.
A little patience indeed. That's interesting. Thank you, David. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Burke, and it's Finney-Smith. Group in for the Knicks. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Portis comes in for Randall. Knox, he's checked in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Ntilikina in for Elfrid Payton. No doubt, Greg, you are known for being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Here's Maverick. Garrett covering. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts. 81%.
2nd free throw, no good. The Knicks leading by 3. Here's Ntilikina. His last outing, he had 8 points. Nice shot by Portis.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Powell. Count the basket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
The Knicks shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter. Here's Barrett. Pass to Ntilikina. The 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Count it. Good.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, I don't think he even sees a taller defender out there, just a gifted scorer.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Knicks lead by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Earlier on, we ran into Bobby Portis, who explained the origin.
You know, I think the underdog story, started.
Group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Julius Randle comes in for Bobby Portis. Harkless is checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Payton in for Barrett. Payton passes to Randle. Out to Payton. This one for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. On the court for the Mavericks. Maverick out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis. And there's Seth Curry. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4-man position. Curry's shot is good.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Knicks trail by 11. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Payton passes to Robinson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Robinson's got 8 points.
Alfred Payton scanning the floor, taking a look, taking a picture. He likes what he saw there.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you and good evening. The Knicks made changes in coaching and the front office since the start of last season. But the question is, can they move forward? Their last winning season was back in 2013. Amidst the frenzy that is the media in New York, they'd like to make headlines going forward for all the right reasons this time. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
50 seconds left in the first half. For New York, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Payton attacking, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, some good things happening right now with Alfred Payton being aggressive.
And we've reached halftime in this one. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And it's been a clinic out there, but so a close game sees New York take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of and just wondering what's going to happen. How is this thing going to play out?
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, the OK Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.
My granny, we still about my cousin. Digging, but ain't searching for gold. I know I'm looking for something. I'ma ride that red eye. Stack them money till I can't no more. We be. I only be into this pain, gon' go. Straight from the bottom, blow a bag on my bros. Oh yeah. Just put 100,000 stay less, I paid it. Got plenty money, but I had to jump up on my bag. Never found my place in the crowd, so I stayed from the crowd. They laughed at me then, but look at their faces right now. Jigga gave me the blueprint. I've been chasing down, never chasing clout. I'm just embracing my route. Never catch me worshiping false idols. How you flexing in the rental with no car title? And when it come to street credit, you got a low FICO. But you know I'm a smooth criminal like the GOAT Michael. Really my psyche like Michael Myers, my flow psycho. If your intentions ain't genuine, I just don't like you. Who said I ain't good enough? I just stroll right through. What you heard, know that I've been cold like flu, so no comparisons, cause I'm the rarest one. I got respect for some, I just ain't scared of none. Why every time when they need some help, I be there for them. But every time when the tables turn, I ain't hearing none. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's how it is. Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Man, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Nancy, why I look nervous? You know the narrative, life might be more fair if I have fairer skin. That's just the way it is. We just can't pretend. You turn them blind on your people, that's a heavy sin. See, I could give a fuck about the bread you spend. How you claiming a culture that you don't represent? Man, that's some sucker. I was up then, but now I'm up again. Now the ones that turn their back, they showing love again. People see me asking me what's such and such in them. Don't bring no life is permanent. And if you claim I did you dirty, you deserve it. Guilty until proven innocence, what the verdict is. When you from the hood, they don't treat you like the suburban kids. But that's just how it is. 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 Yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is.
What that says to me is that there's a lot of enthusiasm for this race, and I think for Joe Biden. We're also seeing big numbers in our cities across the country. Unfortunately, they are long lines, and I think that's atrocious that the United States can't pull off an election without that. But I do agree with Hanson. It tends to tighten at the end, which is why I would say to everyone out there, if you see that Joe Biden is
Feeling overcomes me fast. When I'm found on this world at last. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph. Thinking about the times we had. Memories shattered like their glass. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph.
Stare through your lens, blind from my flash. Can't make amends, I know you're too attached. All of your friends, I know they hate me bad. Call me again, so I know you're still mad. I get my ego stuck on drama, I don't mean to be the villain, but I'd rather you be than just indifferent with your feelings. I know my issues are the problem, I miss you every morning. These memories alive in every picture of you.
Feeling overcomes me fast. When I'm found on this world at last. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph. Thinking about the times we had. Memories shattered like their glass. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph.
Yeah, she told me that she want me back. She told me that she miss our past. Hail Mary, throw me out like mad. Hail Mary, I'll be playing off like a pass. Little boys growing up with no daddies like. Little boy running out the track, I'll be faster. Photographs posted on my wall, they be. All my feelings out up on the floor, now they staggered.
Feeling overcomes me fast. When I'm found on this world at last. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph. Thinking about the times we had. Memories shattered like their glass. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph. Feeling overcomes me fast. Afraid of how long this won't last. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph. Thinking about the times we had. Memories shattered like the glass. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph. Feeling overcomes me fast. When I'm found on this world at last. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph. Thinking about the times we had. Memories shattered like their glass. Looking at a photograph. Looking at a photograph.
Rain chances then fade away this evening with the at least wetter ground for today or tomorrow morning. We're going to see some widespread dense fog there.
I'm gonna let it shine. This love like mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Like living and grinding, hustling and hey. Let's get the money, the racks, the cash. When I press go, let's get it on. These haters, these lions, these snakes, these. Show these by the bar, let's get the paper, the skrilla, the loot, the guap. When I press go, let's get it on. These haters, these lions, these snakes, these. Show these by the bar. Only you know what you've been through. Hard coded in the igloo. Taught to stand on my own 2 feet. That's what men do. If that's my dog, then I'ma hold him down like a friend. I got them homie, I'm finna shake the town with a pencil. Hating on me, where that get you? Always beneficial. Gotta for any who want an issue. I'm just here to get this money. They should turn it up a little. I put these on pause to that money. I continue. Match the gas, to speed up. I won't ease up, and I don't mean to flex, but I can't keep up. Let them get next, cause we up. Telling you now, Zeppo, he's up. Still down, G's up. And I'm hungry for success. Give me my plate, I'm gon' eat up. For real. If they ever tried to play, you tell them put that on pause. Show the world what I'm about. Reason why I wrote the song. If them say they ballin', don't you do that wrong. Remember, it's money over. Keep your family over. Let's get the money. Money, bands, racks, cash, whatever it's called. Let's get it all. These haters, these lions, these snakes, these show this. Let's get the paper, the script, the loot, the guap, whatever it's called. Let's get it all. These haters, these lions, these snakes, these show this. Mama mad because son ain't go to college. I told her, mama, let's not worry, cause I got it. Money is the object. I gotta stay on top and learn that from my brother bands, and I always kept that in my knowledge. Too cool, yeah, he too modest. She tryna get beside us, got it just like my Menage, and I'm tryna get game. She chose, it ain't the same. He cold, I might be faded. I'm gone, but still enough to break that code. I hit the studio, hit record, and I spit that rock. If you was looking fun, you might find. She wanted me to, too bad I can't. Remember, it's money over. Keep your family over. I'ma go hard for my family. I'ma go hard for my dogs. Keep nothing but a honey. I'ma get this in my heart. To a hater. For the city, show it. Proud of all this, get the money.
It is exclusive data from Spotify that shows what people in red and blue states are listening to in the run-up to the election. Now, blue states apparently favor pop music more than any other genre, while red states...
You know, let's say that's my... I made him a million of... We are. I ain't trying to have babies right now, so... But I got them. Money bring EV, you probably won't beat me, but bro, we can't be by no smart. Overseas got a crowd doing my shit. Can't believe that I'm still in apartments. Businessman went and got me in office. $1 million deals, I get them off. $1 million with on spars. He gon' stay with it. I got made me a monster. You bitch, you know this my sister, my mama's. Now they houses as big as they want them. I didn't run up no farmers. Look at Lil Donna. Living like we in a race. I might come in first and second, but I won't ever be last. Lately I've been in my bag. Bro told me don't take my foot off the gas. They give you an inch, gonna take you a mile. I'm like a technical foul. City to city, got girls. And I reach for my chain when I jump in the crowd. Lambo solo out of squad. We finally made it. I took the lead and let everyone follow. They know I'm running it right to the bank. They want me to ease up. I didn't leave them in the bleeding room. Sorry, I told them I can't. Heard you, so you know what's gonna happen whenever we catch you. I run with them snakes. Keep all the moves I've been making. By the time I get 40, I gotta be one of them greats. Watch how I move with this paper. I know if I slip up one time, they gon' try to come take. Real as it get, be faking. I don't want they buy, so they hand ain't shaking. I'm trying to get out of here and go. Yeah, my diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, but got something to lose. In the street, I done paid all my dues. No extortion, ain't talking about literally. I be walking on beats, is you hearing me? I just pray that my kids be a bigger me. They can't get rid of me. My diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, but got something to lose. In the street, I done paid all my dues. No extortion, ain't talking about literally. I be walking on beats, is you hearing me? I just pray that my kids be a bigger me. They can't get rid of me. Wake up every day, somebody harassing me. I got rich, they need money, they asking me. I was sitting and look out for me. Ones who need me, no same ones who doubted me. I been handling my own, they can vouch for me. They'll way down with me, know that she proud of me. Turn the heat up, ain't nobody hot as me. Everywhere dollars be, that's how I gotta be. I didn't gave her the word, now she not leaving. Said she love me to death, told her he try do what I do, but we not even. I want all of the beef, I am not vegan. Boy, you said it. Stop speaking, Vince, door drop the top, I can't stop speeding. Trying to see if this get the top speed. I control the rock, if the rap slow, I control the block. Yeah, I'm really it, and you nah. Got a couple coups, I can drop the top. I done made it, all these digits coming in, I'm saving for the bigger picture. No one day I need them, might as well get used to me. My biggest fear is ending up a used to be. Yeah, my diamonds be VVs. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, but got something to lose. In the street, I done paid all my dues. No extortion, ain't talking about literally. I be walking on beaches, you hearing me. I just pray that my kids be a big of me. They can't get rid of me. My diamonds be VV. They don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, but got something to lose. In the street, I didn't pay all my dues. No extortion, ain't talking about literally. I be walking on beaches, you hearing me. I just pray that my kids be a big of me. They can't get rid of me.
Get it total cost of gave me minutes, don't complain on why we living, they don't like it, why we winning. Yeah, I flip it, do the best, you gotta get it pretty. Cause I'm a Christian, he the reason, yeah, you did it, yeah. Gotta get it total cost of gave me minutes, don't complain on why we living, they don't like it, why we winning, yeah. Yeah, I flip it, do the best, you gotta get it pretty. Cause I'm a Christian, he the reason, yeah, you did it, yeah. Yeah, they liking how I'm living. I've been praying hard, but I've been praying like a Christian, yeah. I just need my minutes, two partners, gotta get it. I ain't bringing stuff because my teammate always with it.
Am I qualified? And I had to discover I'm more than qualified.
People told me what I couldn't do, or people told me what I wasn't going to be. I was able to overcome that.
We are tired, we are frustrated, and we are scared for our lives.
We are the change, and each of us has a critical role to play.
To fight against prejudice, to be allies. I understand you. I hear you.
I feel empowered.
It doesn't matter how high the wall is, I'm gonna climb it.
We have a chance, an opportunity right now to change our history, our future, everything.
Coming up next, the Clippers taking on the Rockets. For Los Angeles, middle of the pack with a 5-5 record. They hope to break through with a win tonight. Rockets, Clippers, and we'll be right back for the tip-off. Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports. DA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. And the Clippers starting five. Here we go. We've got Patrick Beverly, Montrezl Harrell. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this one. No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. Here's Rivers. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Passes it to Carroll. Green left side. Shoots from 14. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
Rivers kicks to McLemore. Jackson against Rivers. To the middle. Here's Carroll. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Back to Williams. Fires the three. That shot no good. So Houston will take it the other way. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, they came in with a purpose, gave everything they had. It just wasn't quite enough. Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Rivers with it. No points in the game yet for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Green. Drains it from 17 feet out.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And so it's Houston, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Back to the action after this word. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball.
Making some changes. Gordon's checked in for Damari Carroll. Harden comes in for McLemore. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Austin Rivers. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Green. Then there's Gordon. And it's House in at the power forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And after over a decade with the Thunder, last season, Russell Westbrook starting fresh with the Rockets, a superstar pairing with longtime friend James Harden.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right. One of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Here's Morris. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Morris has got 5 points in the quarter.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Outside, Green. Latrey. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Doc. A second chance effort. Harrell trying to free himself up. And there's a sweet move to the rack on the lay-in from Doc.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Westbrook passes to Gordon. And that's collected by Doc. Now Beverly still looking for his first bucket in this one. Doc the pass to Harrell. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
He plays with such force. You see why Harrell has been called the heart and soul of this team.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
A free throw off from Harrell.
You know, I can't remember any scouts predicting that Harrell would become this kind of offensive force.
A big-time effort for Eric Gordon, providing a lot of energy for Houston. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. It's time now to go courtside.
Hey, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. With a big group substitution here. Jeff Green is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Daniel House comes in for Robert Covington. And McLemore, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for James Harden. The pass to McLemore. To the inside. Westbrook lays it up and banks it in.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson is out there with Dot. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Williams. And it's Shamet in at the three. Here's Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got his second basket of the night.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
Westbrook dishes to Green.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now. So solid numbers in that department.
And the first one drops.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Harrell, he comes in for Patrick Patterson. So we see Houston taking the W here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Justify the give your man the ribbons, making money off it, magnify the finish, pray we see the profit and we find forgiveness. Feeling necessary, not hereditary, cut the history, recorded by our spirit. We my brothers hungry, appetite and winners, lost the number, they can't have the diamond in. You don't know what prejudice look like, all because of what you look like. I wanna die, never tell me that I had good times. I never said my brother in a I never said that I was any victim, cause I was skinned in. Still listening, can I get a witness in this?
Rolling round my block, feeling hot, streets are cold, see the frost, things I know, forbid, probably would've made cross, that's my blood, family tree, no excuse, freedom cost, took the risk, made mistakes, pray I never repeat them.
Rolling round my block, feeling hot, streets are cold, see the frost, things I know, forbid, probably would've made cross, that's my blood, family tree, no excuse, freedom cost, take the risk, made mistakes. best to deposit. I feel the real, know the rest. All I get is all I need to compete, my darling. Broke, stand to the left. Now I gotta know the best to deposit. I feel the real, know the rest. Yeah, they know the rest. Don't have respect. The words stuck together can forever mesh. But to tear the club up, out of this world. Big pop, top charge, light sky. Why yo, hopscotch on the know a couple really got up in top notch. Me a hip hop, brown top me. I will send you the Mercury, planet all ready. The energy urging me to delivery petty, ad lib heavy. Break it down, I've been deadly. Ay, and this ain't even on the album. Eye on the prize in the battlefield. I'm ready to blow out of here. While you acting different, I'm with the cavalry. Saying all I need to compete, my darling. Broke, stand to the left. Now I gotta know the best to the fight. Something never seen, regular, emerging from the dirt. I never know, dream all I need to compete, my darling. Broke, stand to the left. Now I gotta know the best to deposit. I feel the real, know the rest. Yes, all I need to compete, my darling. Broke, stand to the left. Now I gotta know the best to deposit. I feel the real, know the rest. How you gonna run the world? You can't even run your life. I'm destiny's child, every day I survive. No time to plan how to improvise. It feels real, you'll recognize. How do you sleep at night when you don't even fight for your right? How do you sleep at night when you never even fight for your right? You can't see my face, I'm like I got a stack bread cut and billion my. They know I'm so solid, they're calling me Harvey. I get all the and all of that. I'm out Barbie. I got one like Nicki and one like Cardi. You might see me and Riri in a Rari. I'm the father, I'm giving the orders. How can my man overcharge us? I had to finesse, I done like a Wallace. I don't ever rest, that's why I'm the hardest. Get the bread, avoid the drama. You can avoid the feds, but not the karma. Protect your chest with body armor. And get the from the farmer. How you gonna run the world? You can't even run your life. I'm destiny's child, every day I survive. No time to plan how to improvise. It feels real, you'll recognize. How do you sleep at night when you don't even fight for your right? How do you sleep at night?
In the upcoming months, 2K and Uninterrupted are teaming up to bring you a wide range of stories, all encompassing the need for social change. Because no matter your background, we all have the opportunity to create real and
The Lakers coming through the tunnel with swagger. This looks like a team that's all set to go to work here at home. The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. In this game, we'll see the Sacramento Kings. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you very much.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. Now Sacramento starting 5. Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Bagley is out there with Bialits, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, Green and LeBron at the substitution here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Morris comes in for Davis. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Bradley. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Danny Green. Hey, Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Here's the Beast. And the pass to Holmes. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Bogdanovich against Caldwell Pope. Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player. It's Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Wallace. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Wallace has got his second basket of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Feeds it to LeBron. Out to Morris. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Kings. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
And the rejection by James.
LeBron, one of those players who gets fired up by defense as much as offense, and that block going to put a major bounce in his step.
Buddy Hield has been leading the charge for Sacramento. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Well, Greg, we know he's already a solid scorer, but Kyle Kuzma spoke to us.
The biggest area of growth would definitely be on the defensive end and my playmaking ability. This year, I'm just trying to be a consistent defender, find my teammates, because I have so much attention offensively. So,
now having played with superstars, Kuzma is learning what it changes for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for JaVale McGee, and Bradley's subbed in for LeBron.
What's up?
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Kings?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Avery Bradley is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then there's Davis, and it's Kuzma in at the 3. That's the Laker 5. Here's Bagley. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Bradley against Joseph. Left side, Davis. Unloads from 13. Morris. Great positioning on the putback.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Joseph, the pass to Bielitsa. Pass to Hield. And Davis sends it back.
Davis so good with his timing and length to get up and deny shots.
The Beast passes to Hield and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Los Angeles Lakers, trailing by 5. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Here's Wallace. Bagley trying to free himself up. Wallace misses. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, his defensive quickness sets him apart.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. First one falls for him. That one drops. He ties it up. Sacramento's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Wallace, the pass to Bagley. A beautiful reverse layup. Bagley's got 12 in the game.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Bradley deciding where to go with it. Pass to LeBron. 1 second. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for Los Angeles. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So, you know, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So, we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Buddy Hield.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Kings, Hield and Barnes are the 2 and the 3. Bagley is out there with Bielitsa, and it's Joseph in at the point guard position. Teams have dynasties, the 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. for me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
Los Angeles calls timeout. One guy who's been getting it done is Buddy Hield.
You know, that defense is helpless right now. I mean, he's got their number, and he knows it.
Los Angeles making a switch here. McGee's checked in. Then for the Kings, Rashawn Holmes comes in for Bagley, and Parker subbed in for Bielitsa. Barnes against James. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Barnes. Well, Harrison Barnes at 6'8", 225 has played some power forward. Greg, do you like him there or at his more natural small forward position?
I think in today's game, Kevin, having the strength he does allows him to kind of hold his own. You know, you don't see a lot of 4 men playing a lot of post-up in today's game. He's still got to be able to play in space, and I think creates matchup nightmares for the opponent.
You know, because James is such a consistent, confident shooter from the mid-range, you just can't afford to let him get comfortable.
Now, here's Joseph. Passes it to Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. Another shot, and Davis sends it back. They get it back. Holmes can't get it to go in. Lakers trail by 5. Bradley, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got his 3rd assist on the night. Sacramento's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Some changes for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Avery Bradley. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Danny Green. Sacramento also making some changes. Alex Len's checked in for Parker. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Hield. And Wallace subbed in for Corey Joseph. Wallace dishes to Barnes. Kicks it out to Bogdanovic. Fires top of the key. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Bogdanovic has got 7 points in the game. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. Caldwell Pope outside. Can't hit that one. The Kings have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
The Kings have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 5 so far. The Beast is checked in for the Kings.
Mind the lane. One shot.
Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors, Patrick Ewing, how valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Caldwell Pope.
Boy, really solid passer at his position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team.
On the wing, Wallace, covered by LeBron. A shot off that time, so the Lakers will take it the other way. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the third. Wallace against LeBron.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
He kicks it to Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to James. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
Very effective at spacing the floor. Contavious Caldwell Pope has gone from an average outside shooter to a dangerous one.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Lakers on top as they end the third quarter on a 14-5 run. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Los Angeles guys, shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Markieff Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. And it's Howard in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the Laker 5. And here is Joseph. And it's sent back by Howard.
And, you know, this is a definite strength of Howard's game. I think he's a rim protector of an elite level.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles, and the wide open shot from Green. Second shot opportunity, and there's the nice layup by Howard. And the Lakers lead by 6. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
And the Lakers call time here. Some changes for the Lakers. Davis comes in for Morris, and it's Avery Bradley in for Kyle Kuzma. And then for Sacramento, Parker's checked in for the Beast, and Hield subbed in for Bogdanovich. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Bagley, no good. Los Angeles leading by 6. To the paint, here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
When Davis gets going like this, there's no way you can stop him, giving you his entire package right now.
There's the pass to Bielitsa. Now Hield, guarded by Green. Davis against Parker. Count that one.
Capable of scoring under duress. Pressure doesn't seem to bother Joseph. In fact, I think it sometimes makes him.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you later.
Lasting change, but it has to start right now. So let's talk about what your vote can do in this election and in every election. It can affect voter suppression, educational opportunities, our healthcare systems. We can make a change. If you want to check out the voting rules in your state, visit vote.org.
small forward position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 45, Denzel Valentine. The other forward, standing 6'8", number 21, Thaddeus Young. At the point guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 0, Kobe White. At the center position, at 6'9" number 34, Wendell Carter. At the other guard position, at 6'6", number 8, Zach Levine. The starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. DA, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. The Chicago Bulls revamped their front office. Along with that comes a new coaching staff. Expect an emphasis on passing, pace, and versatile players. The Bulls have talented young players, and as they develop that team IQ, they hope that this team will finally turn the corner. Kevin?
DA, thank you. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Ntilikina out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Harkless in at the small forward position. And for Chicago, Young and Carter are the big men inside. White and Levine team up in the backcourt, and it's Valentine in at the 3 slot. Yeah, tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of talent, but also a lot of inexperience on each side.
And Kevin, you know what that means? It means we're going to see some spectacular plays, but a few that'll have you scratching your head as well. Always interesting to watch these young players develop.
And then Carter with the dunk.
Now, Zach Levine is a solid passer. This guy entered the league as a point guard, puts it on the money there.
Payton passes to Harkless. Back to Payton. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Outside, White. Here's Carter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Mitchell Robinson. This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line, Bulls, 2 shots.
Was good.
In the 7th pick of the 2018 draft, Carter Jr.'s potential facing a bruising big man with a bright future ahead of him.
He doesn't get the second one.
And Kentucky Wildcat, Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along, able to move.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. A little over a minute gone into the first quarter. In the corner, Valentine with it. And a fast break now. Ntilikina looking it over. Shot clock at 6. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Harkless, Randall. Second chance shot. That one good for 2. You know, people have talked drivers, and all the way in.
I like that phrase. Very. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
Chicago, good. Pass to Payton. Shooting. Whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, the speed of Elfrid Payton. Problem for defenders. Good job knifing inside and drawing contact.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Off as well. He took the go. Robinson with the block.
Well, no, it's with Mitchell Robinson in the vicinity. Sends that authority.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the.
There's GA lead.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
A three-pointer is right on target.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Ntilikina. The pass to Robinson. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Randall. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Such a tough proposition guarding Julius Randle in that area. This guy is capable on the interior.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team. And if you will, was also a really cool experience.
I hope we can take a petition back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Markkanen, he's checked in for Carter. Porter comes in for Young. Saransky's checked in for Denzel Valentine. And it's done in for Kobe White. Now here's Markkanen. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Houston.
The other thing, guys, he really got after it on the complete game for this guy.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And early in the game, he can set the tone.
His first .149 left to play in the first quarter.
Good shot selection.
Now here's Dunn. He's been quiet so far. Still no. And throws it down.
Well known for being point.
There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. And here are the Bulls now. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. And yes, it's good.
That's unblockable, that floater. One of the many shots in Dunn's arsenal.
Chicago back in a moment. And recently we chatted with Zach LaVine about the team, and he pointed out what he sees as an advantage.
You know, we should have energy. We should be outplaying the other team, like I said, just competitive-wise. We don't have all the miles other teams have. We should have energy, you know, young, hungry dudes that are ready to compete and show what they have in this league. And we shouldn't be tired out there. We should be the most conditioned team. We should be running people up and down.
Trying to turn their youthful exuberance into a weapon.
I like that he's focused on increasing their level of activity because it's something within their control.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs, and credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
We've got Satoransky, Otto Porter Jr. out there with Zach LaVine. Then there's Dunn, and it's Markkanen in at the 5 down low. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now here's Portis. Ntilikina, plenty of room to knock. Ntilikina's Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Young comes in for Porter. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Satoransky. And it's Kobe White in for Dunn. Here's Valentine. 17 points for him last game against Houston. White the pass to Carter. And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. Outside, LaVine. Drills the three-pointer. LaVine's got 6.
Boy, lift on his jumper. How about that from range?
Payton with the ball. He had 10 points in the win against Cleveland. Ejected by Young. Feeds it to LaVine, and the jam by LaVine.
And a solid playmaker with a great...
Payton against White. From deep three-point range. No good there.
Additional space by stepping back further from the line.
That will count. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Bulls lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talent.
Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Markkanen, he's checked in for Carter. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Thaddeus Young. Denzel Valentine. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Kobe White. Then for the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Prez comes in for Randall. And it's Marks in for Elfrid Payton. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have a new front office, branching out from the Nuggets Brain Trust with new team president. Given Denver's success identifying and developing young talent with a win percentage that's climbed year after year, there is at least some optimism that the Bulls will be able to build a similar and sustainable winning program. Guys?
Wouldn't that be a story? Thank you, David. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
And he knocks down the first one.
Frank Ntilikina brings outstanding size to the position. It's about playing with confidence and playing under control on the offensive end.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Dunn kicks to Satoransky. Passes it to LaVine. Fires for three. But they recover it. And good that time. Porter's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls.
I'll tell you, you have got to have a short memory. You put a poor first half behind you, and you get to work here in the second.
Ntilikina passes to Prez. He feeds it to Gibson. Stolen by Markkanen. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. The shot by Satoransky, no good. Knicks trail by 8. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Prez. Dunn covering. Here's Gibson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gibson's got his first points of the night.
Well, this is a real strength of Taj Gibson's game. Efficient low post scoring. That's nicely done.
For three, LaVine. From deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Bulls out front. They're up by 6. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. We've reached the fourth quarter and what has been a... Here's Dotson. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. Better basketball team by far tonight.
Particularly at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you.
like I'm I do my duty and keep it like I'm woozy. I can't help it. Like my girl better than bougie. I feel like I'm underrated like that last verse from Lil Uzi. All the data and the analytics couldn't track the drip when I'm in the dip. Swear to God I could have been a fourth member of the Hamilton. Like my name was Chris Rock when I dipped off. Got you Afro bang in the Hall of Fame, and I love this game till I dip. Yeah. We gon' pull up when it's game time. Yeah. Side hustling on the baseline. Nah, won't stop to the game line. We gon' pull up when it's game time. Side hustling on the baseline. We don't wait time. No, we don't wait. Okay. Ballin', 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 ballin'. Now we ballin'. Hey, big dough, hang it out the window. Hey, hey, up, ballin' with my kid. Hey. When they swing that way to the right, swing to the left, you heard? I ain't been broke in a minute, don't get it fitted. Toe off the bow in a Bentley. The city, I do not dance or jiggy. Tucked under this Fendi, I like it, I spin it. I just came right out the jeweler, the ice on my neck and my wrist and my fist, I ain't finished. I was just working at Denny's, came back and counted some millions. I ain't no regular civilian. Red, yellow, green, look like my neck a chameleon. Okay, spin it, I ain't been broke in a minute. He offended, I'm a Da Vinci of Philly. I cracked that Chevy for 40. Off the OA, I cannot no more bros. I ain't been broke in a minute. I'm at the mall out of business. I need a swipe in a digit. Calling up Kales. He did 250 on Biddy. It ain't no biggie. Montclair Kiki. Bands in my hand look pretty. Hit another band on the gram, I'm litty. When I was broke, man, she fronted. But then I got rich and homie, I don't dance, I jiggy. So strong, I feel like I'm Popeye off the spinach. I cut the corner and bend it. I'm a menace like Dennis. Don't tell me I need a percentage. If you gon' it's expensive. Nordstrom rack, swipe my gift. I ain't been broke in a minute. Ay. I ain't been broke in a minute. I ain't been broke in a minute. I ain't been broke in a minute. I ain't been broke in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
More Than a Vote explores the issues that are facing.
Starting at power forward, standing 6'8", number 23, Cameron Johnson. At point, at 6'3" number 11, Ricky Rubio. Starting in the other forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 3, Kelly Oubre. Starting in center, standing 6'11", number 22, DeAndre Ayton. The other guard, standing 6'5", number 1, Devin Booker. and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. In this game, we'll see the Phoenix Suns against the Atlanta Hawks. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Trae Young said when he was growing up, he was never a big leaper or a dunker. Truth be told, he said, I wasn't even considered a top guard in my recruiting class. But I worked relentlessly and played with a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to be considered among the great players. I wanted to belong. Kevin, he certainly belongs with the Hawks right now.
Thanks, D.A. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter. 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. And for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ayton. And it's Oubre in at the 3. Will get the first possession. Now here is Young, coming off a solid outing against Denver. Over Rubio. Atlanta gets it back. Outside. 20 feet out, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one
of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
The Suns with a completely new group on the floor. 1:07 left here in the first quarter. Dane looking around. Shoots from the elbow. Rebound by the Hawks.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Teague, the pass to Park. Kicks it to Reddish. 5 on the clock. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Suns leading by 9. Here's Bridges. Banked in off the glass.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pass to Reddish. And he lays it straight in.
And Reddish pinballing, fighting his way through the defense, and then finding a way to score.
From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Phoenix in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Back right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Reddish. Jones is out there with Scalabici. And there's Teague, and it's Park in at the 1. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges means that he'll be great in TV someday. So we saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shoes. He said, I always try to have that pace. Whenever I sprint, I have an impact on the offense. I try to focus on that and keep my energy up. Guys, guards love big men who run the floor as hard as Capella. Back to you.
He is indeed, David, very athletic. Thanks. Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. Oubre comes in for Bridges. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Payne.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
First trip to the line for him here.
Your sons, Aaron Baines. At the line.
Good. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look for it. And second half of basketball upon us. We They're the backcourt. Kelly Oubre out there with down. That's who's out there for Phoenix. It's stolen by Capella. It's off his line. And the official saying it was kicked. Hawks making a switch here. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And that'll give him a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Young pass to Collins. Booker against Young. Back to Collins. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Collins has got his first bucket of the night.
Confidence there shown by John Collins. Gotta like watching him go right up.
And what was once a weakness for Collins, now a strength. His defense has taken huge strides since
John Collins. It's about positioning, it's about communication, and John Collins wants to be more complete on that end of the floor. Big guy going up, trying to get the rim off.
For Atlanta.
Yeah, Trae Young exploring the limit.
We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter of the game. 5 to shoot. Here's Boyd, and the rejection by Collins.
No, sir. Collins sending that one away.
Young with no one around, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Capella kicks to Young. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10. Timeout called the Suns.
And Bones, with that Clint Capella trade last year to the Hawks, Hawks. A bit of a surprise to many, but the Hawks were able to land a young and talented center.
And maybe GA the perfect fit.
So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Well, folks, that's gonna do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K.
I can't pick up the phone. I'm grown. I may say you scream. This Venus, I might tell a collar water on water, Katrina right there like it's tennis. No cap 20,000 on the visa. I just pulled up with a diva, she bougie as be leeching. They say that it's cheaper to keep her, it's cheaper to leave her. Italian linen, I'm clean as a priest. I need no features, no cap when I'm preaching. It's facts and speaks. Don't chicken bun on the back of my sneakers. This on my old just like. I still got A's from the teacher. Stepped out on the floor, I had hate from the bleacher. Right now, alarm, it was too many slick. We ain't the same, man, I'm one of a kind. You ain't my slime, you ain't one of my guys. Recognize real, see the fake in disguise. Think I was this pain in my eyes. Wondering why they be telling these lies. Ain't no goodbye, straight to cutting these ties. Mama say praying always to be wise. I hope they don't test me. I was best, I never needed a total. Plus, I'm street smart, keep up. Benjamin Knox, get my pockets a tumble. Got used to ballin', but I ain't no hooper. Can't go outside, got be here from my junior. Can't go out bad, I step like a trooper. I do the dash, woo, there's a trooper. Cartier's on, I see what I cannot catch this for life on the track. I came in through the back, Louis V on my shoppers off me a rack. I think he's sending them back. Like I'm winning, I need me. Right beside me, this Cody and Zach. Gotta ran it up like you faint on the track. You scream, Venus, I might tell a collar. Water on water, Katrina, like it's tennis, no. I need no features, no cap when I'm preaching these facts and speaks. Don't chicken bun on the back of my sneakers. This on my old just like from the clean street. I still got A's from the teacher. Stepped out on the floor, I had hate from the bleach. Right now, alarm, it was too many sleep. Right now, alarm, it was too many sleep. Right now, right now, alarm, it was too many sleep.
The buildings of Indianapolis are location tonight, framed against the beautiful nighttime sky. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.
Hey, Kevin, thank you.
Thank you, D.A. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Jerome in at the small forward. And for the Pacers, Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Then it's Sabonis. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Now the Thunder with some changes. Noel's checked in for Adams. And the franchise is subbed in for Chris Paul. Brogdon with it. Now guarded by Noel. Brogdon the pass to Sabonis. Back to Brogdon. Oladipo for 3. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. 6 points for Victor Oladipo.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set. Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Noel down low. A rebound by Bitadze.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Outside, Lamb. Indiana moving it around. And here's McDermott, who provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Sabonis with the bucket.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Here's the franchise. And stolen by McConnell. And here comes the break. Here's Lamb. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. The shot's good from the franchise.
And this is Gilgeous-Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
Here's the teardrop. Pass to McConnell from deep. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. The Pacers making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Here's McConnell. That falls. Nice speed that time from Sabonis.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
The Thunder have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. That's good from the franchise. Jakar Sampson's checked in for Indiana. Both free throws good from the franchise. .36 seconds left in the first quarter. Now McConnell. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Magic in Orlando. McDermott kicks to Sabonis. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Misses off the left iron. To the inside. And he dunks it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
It's been all about Domantas Sabonis for the Indiana Pacers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Well, recently, Chris Paul talked about adding some levity to the game.
It sounds so generic to say we have fun, but, like, we may lose a game here or there, but, you know, everybody's still, you know, happy for each other. You know, we're just trying to build.
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think so far about Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. The Pacers shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Free throw drops for Lamb. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Last downing for Indy. They won that game against the Magic in Orlando. Warren, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 4 assists in the game. Thunder trailing by 12.
You know, Malcolm Brogdon is so good in so many ways. He's got an old school game and approach. Nothing flashy, but everything effective and done well. Always aware of the situation he's in. Knows when to pass, when to shoot it. Runs the pick and roll exquisitely. And is an excellent teammate. Boy, what an asset he is to the Pacers.
That free throw, no good.
And without a doubt, Brogdon saw more usage with the Pacers, and, man, he stepped up to the challenge.
And, you know, Greg, his shooting percentage did dip with the added usage, but he was still efficient for his position. And I thought he blossomed as a playmaker, too. I mean, he created well for others and really was a catalyst for the Pacers' success.
Oladipo outside. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Oladipo misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's the franchise. He's guarded by Brogdon. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Thunder have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from the franchise. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pacers leading by 9. Oladipo outside. And the rejection by Noel.
And the shot blocking skills of Noel are a staple of his game. Really one of the foundational pieces. He really takes a lot of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's the franchise. Noel trying to break loose. No good from the franchise. And Brogdon has got the ball here for the Pacers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
Finished off by Gallinari. Moves well for a player with a 6'10" frame.
Indiana's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Oladipo taking his time here. Brogdon outside. The 17-footer goes down. Brogdon's got 14 points for the game.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gallinari passes to the franchise. Unable to get that one. Pacers leading by 11 to the paint. Here's Oladipo, and it's Oladipo with the jam.
Boy, Victor Oladipo, an explosive athlete, and is dangerous above the rim.
Here's the franchise. Got it up. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Indiana Pacers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front and the post, and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Malcolm Brogdon really making a difference here.
And the way that he has helped.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Free throw good. Sabonis. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
McConnell and Lamb in the backcourt. McDermott is out there with Warren, and it's Sabonis in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana. 4 on the shot clock. Here's McConnell. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Oklahoma City has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pacers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for T.J. Warren.
He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Muscala's checked in.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. T.J. Leaves checked in for Sabonis. Johnson comes in for Doug McDermott. Justin Holiday's checked in for T.J. Warren. And Edmund Sumner's subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. And so he makes both from the line. 30 seconds left in the fourth. Here's the franchise. The shot, no good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Holiday, the pass to Leaf. McConnell with it. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Holiday. Pass to Sumner. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation.
To the slums, though, boy, I'm with the get down. Back up in my habitat. This where all the action at. Scholarship to Weber State, and David Stern passed the hat. No cap. Mama told me I'm worth it. A little pain won't hurt you. The practice still is perfect. And that's why I deserve.
First semester as a freshman, I'm out with a blessing. You know I can't wait till that financial aid check hit. I'm going to the gym way before breakfast. No talking to my best friends, I'm working on excellence. Still ain't getting no playing time cause they was putting Seth in. But Liberty was still winning like Davidson and Steph in. My handles was the best in. Pull up and make the net bend. Coach said you'll never check in if you don't know the O's and X's. I gotta perfect this. Flicking up the left wrist. Going to the league, the only goal that's on my checklist. Buy mama a Lexus. Matching pearl necklace. Either that or it's back to the block playing Tetris. When I hurt the knee, I was still chasing the dream. Crossover too mean to be a regular breed. Instead of making the squad, I end up coaching the team. Yeah, business started booming. I'm on the phone with Cuban. Training out in Dallas, handle life for the Mavericks. Coach still nasty, I was scrimmaging at practice. Anything can happen from the couch to the mattress. More to the story, I'm just finishing the chat.
Mama told me I'm worth it. A little pain won't hurt you. And practice still is perfect. And that's why I deserve it, yeah.